Bruh. There is one big change happening in this industry. Whether you just want to make money or you're already making money, whether you have a personal brand, whether you don't have a personal brand, whether you're creating content, whether you're not creating content, this is really affecting you right now. And let me show you how people actually solve this. For example, of course, I'm listening to music, sorry for that. So here's Mino Lee. He solved it with this video. There is here Imangaji, this video. Also, Carolis, this video. Nathan Nazareth, this video. And TGR, this video. And it's a really simple video which solves this big shift in the industry. But of course, what is this big shift? Well, let me explain what is this big problem. What is happening right now in the industry is that we are in a trust recession. So what that means is that people just don't really trust you anymore. And how that manifests into reality is that whenever a viewer of yours or a person who want to you persuade to give you money don't want to trust you if you're pushing them to different funnels, different sales pages. Like no one wants to go into another sales page, another funnel, because they had already been burned before so many times. So there is, because of this trust recession. So because of this trust recession, what happens is that people's lost are gone. So if you're trying to get people into your funnel, oh my God, buy my product or schedule a call, they just don't trust you anymore. And the second big problem because of this is that if you're using a platform, for example, YouTube, IG, TikTok, anything that is about creating content, what happens is that whenever you're trying to get people off the platform will literally hate you. So you either get shadow banned or just less reach because you're channeling away the viewers who the platform wants. So because of this trust recession, you either get no clients, no people who want to buy your stuff, or either you're just getting less reach because of the platforms. So that's really not a great place to be in, and that's why I've shown you these 5 different videos, because these 5 different videos perfectly solve this problem. But what the fuck is this solution? And this is what we call a Trojan VSL. So if you ever have thought about creating content or just wanting to make money online, we both know that YouTube is the best place to be in right now. If you can build a lot of trust and people are more ready or more than ready to buy from you then. So the very best way to actually get more people to buy from you is having a Trojan VSL in place, because this solves the problem which I have talked about until now very easily. Because the Trojan VSL is not a simple YouTube video, which is simple's goal is to get more people interested in me, showing them value. A Trojan's VSL, this is how it goes. Let me show you actual picture. A Trojan VSL is an educational long form YouTube video that has hidden persuasion techniques inside that sells your product or your service to the viewer without them feeling sold to. And the best part is that this happens on the platform. And that's all. And why this is really good is that if you sold people without them noticing it, you can have just simply one simple link in your bio to get someone to buy your product or schedule a call. And you don't have to do hours of nurturing on your funnel, which people already hate. And that's why the best thing to implement right now in 2025 is a Trojan VSL into your brand. So let me explain how can you actually do that. As you can see right here, I spent some time analyzing all of the different people's organic VSS, so I maybe know it inside out, and I want to explain what's the best way to create it, because there are 3 simple steps. These are the 3 steps that you need to take in order to create a very persuasive and great Trojan VSL. And I want to show you some I have already created so you understand actually, how that looks like as the finished product from these steps. For example, for Grand Threshold, there is this video which got 162k views, which is really good. Also, Joachim Badejo, there is this video right here. This didn't perform that well, but this had an incredible conversion rate. Every 100 views meant 1 sale. And also I've created for Seth Dyer, for Jake Dawson, but that's for another time. So, Trojan via segmentation, how to do this? But the very first step you must take, and this is crucial, again, crucial, you have to have a product and target audience alignment. Now, what I mean by that, you have to completely understand what's your product. If you have a very good understanding of what's the product, then the next step is to align it perfectly with the target audience. How I do this is draw down the levels of awareness of the people. So if let's say this is the target audience and it has 5 awareness, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. If you know about levels of awareness, it's all about a problem being unaware. Let me actually write down. And when you have the actual levels of awareness, you can play with it. Because what I've done with the levels of awareness is I transcribed it into my own metric of levels of awareness. Because I don't say that someone is not problem aware or they are problem aware. What I say is that they are interested in that specific thing. So let's just have an example right here. So let's say you sell a product which is built, let's say personal branding. You sell a product about personal branding. So the first person is like, he's unaware that personal branding actually exists. Okay, no worries. Now, the next thing is problem aware. Now, what I mean by that is whether they know how personal branding works or not. And this is what I call actual awareness. Like a problem aware person is aware about the idea of personal branding. And the solution aware is the interested. What I mean is that they know that it has some kind of solution. That means that he is somewhat interested in personal branding. Now, product aware means that he's what I call a builder. What that means is that he's already building his own personal brand, and also for some part he definitely needs some help. So he's building, but he needs some help. And most aware is what I call a master. This person doesn't fucking need your help. He's there, he knows everything, he's building his own personal brand. So for that reason, I understand what's the personal branding product and how it aligns with the target audience. Because if you don't understand this, you run into a very big problem. What I mean by that. So let's say you have this personal branding, and the next step is actually creating the packaging of the video to YouTube. So you have to create the title and thumbnail. But if your personal branding product, that's your product, that's what you're selling. If you want to sell it for people, you shouldn't say that, hey guys, or the title should be like, this is how you make 10K a month. If you are saying that title, your product must be around helping people start their personal brands in order to make money. But if your product is not that, then you shouldn't title it like that. You should title it more in a way of how to make 10K per month with your personal brand. So the unaware people doesn't click on it. Only those people who are aware, interested, or building their personal brands click on the actual video. And this is very important because if you mess this up, the target audience alignment with the product is not going to be there. So you're not going to get any kind of sales here. None. Zero. If you have done it though, you can go to the packaging. You can create a title and a thumbnail. That's all that means. But it's very, very important that you align exactly with the audience awareness. Because as I mentioned, you can fuck it up very easily. So if you have that, you can create the title and thumbnail. The best thing to do here is understand what the target audience likes to consume. So for example, the video that actually performed much better, it was all about understanding what the target audience wants, and then from there going and aligning the packaging with that. So I went into the same audience, I searched for some names for some videos from that niche, and if I've seen something that really good, I saved it for myself and I reused all of them to create one good video with the title and thumbnail. Okay, that's done. So you have the product and target audience alignment, you have the packaging, and step number 3 is scripting. And this is where you're going to make so much cash that you can't even imagine. Because scripting is where you're going to go and get the actual sales. Because it's very important not to just get the clicks, but also to have a persuasive structure to the video that's going to allow you to sell to these people without them feeling so too. And that's the key, because that's why a Trojan VSL works crazy well. So let me explain how to script a video like this. And this is the best structure I have seen to work in the Trojan VSL. The first thing you do is hook in the people. Simple, a simple YouTube hook that you already do. I have 5 simple things which I do when I'm hooking in someone. Firstly, there is, if you implement these 5 things into your YouTube hook, I definitely can promise you that you're going to get people staying on your video. What that means is that you express what is the big idea of your video, like what the video is going to about. You're going to give credibility, you're going to promise them something if they watch a video, and you're going to open a loop, and you do all of this by continuously being in the customer bubble. Now, let's say, as an example, you're doing a personal branding video and you're making people, want to buy your personal branding product, which is about helping people scale their personal brands and not starting their personal brands. This is what you're going to do. The big idea is that nowadays in 2025, personal branding is almost dead. And me personally, who I've been in the personal branding space for more than 3 years now, I can promise you that today, if you watch this video, you're going to know the exact structure to build your personal brand and scale it to a way that you're making 20K per month easily. So if you stay to the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to do that. Boom. That's all. Done. This was a perfect tool. People are interested. Gone. We can go to the next section. And this is what we call the belief shift. Okay, guys, very interesting belief shift. Now, what do I mean by belief shifting? Now, the only reason a Trojan VSL works that well, the really only reason is because a Trojan VSL doesn't gives you that you need to buy this product, but it shifts your belief that you come to a conclusion that you need to buy this product. So what that means in reality is that you need to make belief shifts happen in the mind of the customer in order for them to buy the product. And I give you a very easy example in this video right here. It's boring, but will make even beginners millionaires in 2025. And this is what they do. They start with that you need to make money. So you're interested about money. This is the current state of the viewer watching the video. If they have that you want to make money, they can convince you or shift your belief that you need a business, because 9 to 5s are not going to get you more money. If they have done that, they have showed you that you need a business, then they can talk about you need a specific business. For example, you need an agency. Agencies are the best way to make money as, 20-year-olds. Let's say they convince you that agency is the best. That's the belief shifting part. Then they go to the next step, which is about convincing you that you need SMMA. And if you need SMMA, gone. You have the belief shift from the idea of, oh, I just want to make money, to being a person who wants to have or start their SMMA. So they haven't convinced you to buy the SMMA product, which is going to get from the end, which is educate, They haven't convinced you to buy educate. No. They haven't done anything. They just said to you the idea of SMMA. And this is crucial, really crucial, because otherwise your Trojan VSL will just flop and don't even get any kind of conversion rates. So that's the next step. Have the belief shifts happen to the point of the other person knows that the next logical step is to buy your product. That's all. Thirdly, you need the value. Now, this is a YouTube video, and this must be understood that this is a YouTube video. And why I say that this is really important is that you need to give some value, because people have came for the value. So you here just deliver value to them. So for example, right now what I'm doing, I'm delivering value to you, but if this would be a organic VSL or Trojan VSL, this would be just delivering the value section. After that, I have 2 more sections. So all you do is state some value for these people. Free tips, free proven structures, whatever you want to give, you just deliver value. That's all. This is basically ticking the box or justifying why they have came and watched this video. Fourth step. This is the problem. Now, what I mean by that? Well, think about it. You hooked in people. You belief shifted them that they know that SMMA is what they want. You have delivered value. So you have shown them how to, do an SMMA. But the problem it becomes is that how can I now sell these people my program? They have already gotten the value. And this is what you do. You simply show them a problem that they are going to inevitably face, whether they are going to, whether they have consumed or not consumed this value. What I mean by that is that if you're saying people that, hey, SMMA is so good, blah, 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 then you deliver value. This is how you do a perfect SMMA outreach template. This, bang, bam, bam, good. All the value is out there. You have to create a pain, a problem, a situation where people feel like they are still not going to get there, even though they have already consumed the value. And this must be something third party which not you have created. You can say that, hey, yeah, this value which I've taught you is shit. If you just implement this, you're not going to get there. Then you're downplaying yourself, so you're making yourself lose. What you need to do is not implement or show a problem that you have created, but show a problem which is inevitably going to happen in their lives. So, for example, you deliver the value and you state that, hey, look, still, even though you implement all of this I've already taught you, you're not going to succeed if blah 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 because of this reason. This reason, something which is not you, not something you have created, but something that's inevitably going to happen. For example, what we did for my other client, Shiv Shetty, is that he teaches a copywriting method that's only, and I say only, he teaches. He created that whole business model and he knows how that works. So it's like, yeah, like the problem is that I am the only person that teaches this. So if you need more help, I am the only spot to get to come to more help. So the actual video, which is the Trojan VSL, is a Bible, so to speak, for them to learn that business model. So we have created a problem which exists even though, without us actually creating a problem, because that problem does exist. So we have this problem. Oh, sorry about that. We have this problem, which, you have to create a third party problem, something that's inevitably going to happen. And the last step is very simple. I think I don't have to explain. You explain that you have a product that solves this exact problem. That's all. That's all. This is the solution. There are multiple steps you can take. Either you can say that, sorry, there are two ways you can do this. Either you go a very hard sell, or you just do a simple soft sell. So hard sell is something that Imangaji likes to do in his events. And what that means is that you go hard with everything. You just explain all the value, everything, the price, just like in normal VSL, you pitch the product. But you can do also a soft sell. So after you have shown the problem and you have, let's say, a sales page already in place, which I don't recommend, but it's a good idea to have a sales page, you can then soft sell people that, yeah, guys, because of this problem, if you still want to, make 20K per month, then I have this thing down in the description. It's Educate. You can check it out, and that's going to get you to X, Y, and Z. That's all. You simply soft sell or hard sell. And what happens is that, bro, you're going to get people buying your product because you have already shifted the beliefs of the people that the SMMA is what they need. Then the next logical step is buying Educate. That's all. Because, the problem which is here, pushing in their mind that, oh my God, I'm not going to succeed. I need to do something to make it happen. So, yeah, this was the video. If you want to work with me, link in the description to book a call. See you later.